chapter 38. The chapter of truth. Let's just say C, because Sod. 408 verses, written at Mecca. Reader, Muhammad entitled this chapter with a letter named in the Arabic alphabet Sod. Okay, we're listing two S's here, which signifieth in this place Sidq, that is to say, truth. See the gloss of Galadin, Kitab el Tenor. They have entitled it the chapter of truth. Okay. In the name of God, gracious and merciful, Sod. I swear by Al-Quran that this book teacheth the way to salvation. The Quran's the chief of remembrance. Nevertheless, the misbelievers resist the faith and are among themselves of a different opinion. How many have we destroyed in times past that were like unto them? And they cried and required succors, but they were no longer to be succored. The misbelievers wonder that a man like themselves should be sent to instruct them, and they say that he is a witchcraft, magician, and a liar. To preach one sole God, it is a strange thing. Their doctors forsook their assemblies, synagogue. They went to preach through the city and said, persist to adore your gods. We will abjure the belief of the unity of God. The last sect did not preach it. It is an evident lie. Was Muhammad chosen among us? To receive alone Al-Quran descended from heaven? Certainly they doubt Al-Quran. They shall know the truth that they said it is an evident lie. When they shall be in the fire of hell, have they in their power the treasures of the mercy of thy Lord, omnipotent and bountiful? Possess they the kingdom of the heavens and the earth, and whatsoever is betwixt them? If it be so, let them ascend into heaven with their forces. Assuredly they shall be shamefully beaten in all places. The wicked heretofore defamed Noah and Pharaoh, the maker of charms, and Thamud, the inhabitants of the city of Lot, those dwelt in the forest, and their companions traduced the prophets, and were punished after their demerits. Nevertheless, the misbelievers consider not that they shall be chastised when the trumpet shall sound the day of judgment, and that they shall no more return on earth to be converted. They say in scorn, Lord, give us to see the book of the account of our sins before the day of judgment. Persevere and be patient. Be not troubled at their discourse, and call to mind our servant David, stout and zealous in my law. The mountains and the birds praise me with him. They assembled in his presence and obeyed him. We gave force to his reign and endued him with knowledge and eloquence. Hast thou learnt David's quarrel when they hindered him to enter into the temple? And how he feared his enemies when they entered towards him. They said unto him, be not afraid. We have a dispute among us. Judge our difference with equity, and teach us the right way. This man is my brother. He hath 69 sheep, and 19 sheep, so 99. I had but one, which he hath ravished from me, because he was stronger than I. David said, he hath done thee wrong. Art thou troubled for one ewe? The greatest part of men arose against their neighbor. except such as believe in the law of God and observe his commandments, which are few in number. Then David knew that we had tried him, and he implored pardon of his sin. He humbled himself, worshipped us, and was converted. We gave him pardon of his fault. We drew him near to us, and lodged him in a place of content. I said unto him, O David, we have established thee on earth to determine the differences that shall arise among the people. Follow not thine own appetite. It will seduce thee from the way of salvation. Such as shall err from my law shall suffer grievous pains at the day of judgment. We have not in vain created the heaven and the earth. As the wicked affirm, misery shall befall them. They shall be cast headlong and burnt in the fire of hell. Shall I alike entreat the believers and unbelievers, the righteous and the wicked? In this book we have sent it to thee, and blessed it to the end the people may meditate the mysteries thereof, and the wise reap advantage for their salvation. We gave Solomon to our servant David. He was extremely zealous in our service. Remember that horses and good rides, really, ready and vigorous, were presented to him about evening. Well, horses in that case. And that he forgot to make his prayer at the hour of vespers. The early afternoon prayer. The late afternoon prayer. What have I preferred the love of the wealth of the earth to the remembrance of God? Even until the sunset, he caused them to be led back again and sacrificed some of them. It literally says he put his hands on their necks and legs, so he petted them goodbye. For expiation of his fault, he caused their legs and necks to be touched. The word cut off is not in Arabic. We tried Solomon. We caused a suppositious person to sit on his throne, and afterwards restored him to his domains. He said, Lord, give me thy mercy, give me so happy a reign, that the like hath not been seen. Thou art liberal towards thy creatures. We made subject to him the winds which blowed at his command. Where it pleased him, we made the devils subject to him. Some built his palaces, others dived into the seas to bring him pearls, and others were dismissed, whom he listed with rendering an accompt. We drew him near unto us, and lodged him in a place of content. Remember our servant Job, that he prayed to his Lord, and said that the devil had heaped misery and affliction upon him. It was said unto him, Strike the earth with thy foot, and thou shalt see waters spring forth to wash thee and to drink. We restored to him his children and his riches, through our special grace, to be an example to posterity. It was said unto him, when his wife would have made him to murmur, Take rods in thine hand, strike thy wife, and swerve not from what thou hast promised. We found him patient and zealous in obedience to our commandments. Remember our servant Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, affectionate and zealous in our law. We saved and chose them among the righteous. Such as have my fear before their eyes shall enjoy the delights of the Garden of Eden, where they shall repose upon most glorious beds. They shall there have all sorts of fruits and delicious drink, and their wives shall not look on any but on them. Behold what is promised to them at the day of judgment, and These pleasures shall never end. The wicked and the misbelievers shall be precipitated into the fire of hell. They shall drink boiling water in abundance, and water extremely cold, full of all manner of noisome smells. They shall be precipitated into the flames, and shall say to them that have obeyed them upon earth, may ye be perpetually tormented. You have seduced and misled us. On the contrary, may yourselves be tormented. You have been the cause of our misery, and shall be damned with us. They shall say, Lord, increase the punishment of him that is the cause of our misery. Shall we not be able to see them whom we believed on earth to be misbelievers, and whom we derided? Cannot our eyes see? Thus shall the damned quarrel. Say to the people, I am sent only to preach unto you the unity of God, the omnipotent creator of heaven and earth, and of all that is between them. Behold the best sermon that I can make unto you. Nevertheless, ye despise it. I know not what happened in heaven when the angels, unfallen angels, quarreled, disputed. God hath inspired it unto me, and I am sent but to instruct you, and to preach publicly the pains of hell. Remember thou that God said to his light beings, angels, I will create man out of the mire of earth. When I have formed him, I will breathe against him, and inspire my spirit into his body. Prostrate yourselves before him with humility. The unfallen angels there prostrated themselves, except the devil, who was not one of the unfallen angels. He was proud and already in the number of the wicked. He just had it lifted down, right? The Lord said unto him, wherefore dost thou not humble thyself before the work of my hands? And thou art in the number of the proud. He replied, I am better than man. Thou hast made me fire, and hast created him of the dust of the earth. Then thy Lord said unto him, get thee hence. Thou shalt be chastised on all sides, and my curse be upon thee until the day of judgment. He answered, Lord, defer my punishment until the day of the resurrection. He said, I will defer it until the day appointed. He replied, through thy permission, I will tempt all the world except such as shall be zealous in thy law, and shall obey thy commandments. He said, I tell thee true, I will fill hell with thee. And those who shall follow thee say unto the people, I require of you no recompense for my instructions. I am not importunate. Certainly this book is sent only to instruct men. You shall one day know the truth of what it containeth. And we see people being given chances. We see that the greatest of the spiritual guides, the prophets that people are expected to follow, are people who don't make money from teaching. And nowadays, how can you get your message across to enough people without selling books, even at a low profit? And we see the importance of even the smallest chance that you're wrong. Look and see if that's the case. So we look at Surah 7, 206 as another prostration point. We look at Surah 13, ayat 15. We look at Surah 16, 48 through 50. We have Surah 17, 107 to 109. Surah 19 and okay, where's it in Surah 19? 58
Surah 22, 18, and 77. Yeah, 77. 25, ayat 60. We got 32, 15. We just had Surah 38. And Surah 38, ayat 24. But did I miss? Is it 27? Is it 27? Yeah. 24 to 26 in Surah 27. And further on, one of the 15 prostration passages is Surah 41, 37, 38. And then we have 53, 62. And 84, 21, and we have 96, 19. And that's the 22 verses and 15 passages that are prostration passages.